and I'm not showing up in my feed as of yet. Yes, I am. There I am. Wow, this actually works pretty well. Look at that. Okay, sorry about that. Now let's see if we can do this. Don't show this again. Okay, screen share, application window. All right, I guess that really did work, huh? No kidding. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, faithful watcher found their way back. Nice, nice, nice. Here we go. It's just Groot found his way, keeping real. Ollie Jordan, what are your thoughts? Nothing. I have no thoughts on it. I haven't looked in it. Mike McClone, there's no T in Richie, never has been. Richie is short for Richard. There is no T in Richard. The reason I stress that is because people try to claim it's a Mandela effect when it's just people spelling my name really wrong. So there's that. At any rate, right now you're looking at the Corbett report. He just put up a video called YouTube Blacklist Federal Reserve Information. So the amazing video he did on the history of the Federal Reserve century of enslavement is now blacklisted. But that's not the worst of it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not the worst of it whatsoever at all. Like I said in the earlier stream that was up for about 7 minutes, I was at a YouTube channel called The Fallout Shelter. It's a smaller channel, but he could use any help he can get. And he put up this right here. And this is from physics.org, and it's called Pseudoscience is Taking Over Social Media and Putting Us All at Risk. And when they say putting us all at risk, they're talking about them and their bullshit. Search for climate change on YouTube, and before long, you'll find a video that denies it exists. And in fact, when it comes to shaping the online conversation around climate change, a new study suggests that deniers and conspiracy theorists might hold an edge over those believing in science. Now, that sentence right there is everything. It says we might hold an edge over those believing in science because science offers us things like, well, we went to the moon a bunch of times way back in the 60s with the technology of a calculator. And now we have technology where everyone's carrying around a supercomputer in their pocket at all times. But we can't go back to the moon whatsoever at all anymore because we had that technology, we lost it, and it's too upsetting to do it again. So just shut up. We can't go back to the moon, but we're going to Mars. The same place that the same science told us, the same physics.org told us Mars was incredibly hostile to humanity. There was no air. It was basically fire. There was 700-mile-an-hour hurricanes going on at all times. And yet NASA constantly shows us a remote control car that they always have a link with, whose batteries never die. And they show it riding around on Mars, which looks exactly like Utah or Greenland or wherever. And there's never any wind. There's never any problems. There's never anything. We're all going to go up there and live. We can't go to the moon anymore, but because pseudoscience is killing them. Do you see what's going on here? These guys are freaking out. I've never denied climate change. I just deny the fact that the shit they've been spraying in the atmosphere for years and years and years. And then all the machines that they use that they call Doppler and HARP and all this other stuff, that's what's causing the climate change. That's what's messing everything up. Do you see what I'm saying? It's amazing that in this article right here, it says people talk about chemtrails. They are spreading conspiracies using terms like geoengineering to make it seem like their claims are based on fact when they are not. Even though every single solitary day we watch airplanes crisscross the sky, block out the sun entirely, and then we watch incredibly erratic weather. Well, we don't do that. Well, then how is it that 10 years ago, some asshole in Boston with a laptop, figured out that airplanes were flying through the sky, spraying aerosol out of the back that was sitting in the sky, accumulating and reflecting the sun back into quote unquote outer space. And then 10 years later, all we see are articles like this and this. Unbelievable. I can't stand these. Ugh. It's so hard not to swear. It just is. You know what I mean? But we see articles like this where they're talking about exactly what I was talking about 10 years ago. But 10 years ago, that was just dumb. We weren't doing that then, but we are going to do it now. But then it's not, it's all doublespeak. It's all bullshit. It's all lies. Do you see what I'm saying? It's exactly like believing that the president can actually make changes in any significant manner whatsoever at all. Every time we get a president, it's the exact opposite of what the last president is, and they push the exact same agenda forward. I'm the exact opposite as the last guy, but then he does everything the last guy did, but worse. Don't know what that means? Think about Obama. He killed more people than George Walker Bush did. Do you see what I'm saying? These guys talk about conspiracy theories like it's completely and totally ludicrous. Well, then why were we, what would you call the theory that they told us if we didn't invade Iraq, Saddam Hussein was going to kill us all? And then afterwards they were like, we never said that, but we've only been there for 13 years. We sent a bunch of troops in there. We sent in recon Marines with half the equipment that they needed to be the tip of the spear. Do you see what I'm saying? It's absolutely ridiculous. These guys are scared. And when people get scared, people get dangerous. So suddenly we've got mass shootings popping up again. Here we go. Do you see what I'm saying? And then we've got articles like this where anybody that thinks a conspiracy theorist in the United States, the home of the Whopper, anybody that thinks any of this stuff is true, you're a domestic terrorist. And you know what's funny? I already said that's exactly what they were going to do. I started saying that about 5 years ago and 4 years ago and 3 years ago. And how crazy is that here we are, another conspiracy theorist. And now it's our reality. Do you see what I'm saying? This is totally, totally crazy. These guys talk about this stuff all the time in science magazines, in white papers, et cetera, et cetera. But then when you talk about it, dude, that's stupid. We're not spraying the sky. You're a climate change denier. The oceans are rising. Even though Richie from Boston lives, 55 feet away from the ocean, and it hasn't risen 1 millimeter in 50 years. 50 years. Do you see what I'm saying? This is getting out of hand, and they are getting scared. Oh, my God. Yeah. Gah. Indeed. These guys have saturated science paper. This is Futurism Magazine. Harvard scientists to release sun-dimming chemical in sky. This one crashed. This is from 2018. Scientists begin blocking out the sun. We're going to block out the sun. This is from 2017 when they first started talking about blocking out the sun. That's all they talk about, but we're not doing it. Anybody that talks about it, well, he's just a conspiracy theorist. But look at this. This gets really, really bad because they're chasing down everything. They're using words like the fruit bat, chicken traders, all this crap that I've never even heard about because they need to muddy the waters as much as humanly possible. And that's what they're going to do. The problem is these guys are talking about how YouTube has cut everything in half by 50%. They're going to do more than that. They're going to do way more than that. And people need to be ready. Without a doubt, be absolutely ready because any given day now, this is going to be down in flames and everyone's going to be on their own. Now, the channel Fallout Shelter was just talking about like how he was getting angry while I was listening to him talk. And I wouldn't get angry. I just wouldn't get angry because I don't want to be here anymore. You need to wrap your heads around the fact that when you start seeing articles like I don't know if I can find it, like this, that's a problem. So once they shut us down, they're not going to shut us up. These guys are so nervous. They're going to take us off social media and then things are going to start happening. That's a fact. I don't know where you grew up or what you believe, but that is a fact. These guys have made people go away. And what's even better, make people go away and then blame things on them on the way out the door. That's what they do all the time. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm ready for it. This world isn't for us anymore anyways. If you're listening to this right now, this world is not for us. And it's not going to get any better. And apparently it's speeding up exponentially because this is bad. This is bad, bad, bad. They're talking about changing the way you think. You don't think they can do that? They've got an app for that. They can put this stuff right into people's heads, no problem. You think those people that were claiming to be targeted individuals were crazy? Well, wait till it happens to you. Do you see what I'm saying? They're talking about you have to go to other voices, highly trusted, like CNN, the White House, etc., or NASA. Let me explain something to you. If we went to the moon all those times with 9 months notice, we never went to the moon. 9 months later, we were going to the moon every half an hour. But then suddenly we can't go to the moon anymore at all. Do you know why? Because technology screwed that up. If they were landing on the moons, people wouldn't be watching it on their radios. They'd be watching it through telescopes, P900s, P1000s, etc. Crow 777 made a good point the other day in one of his podcasts. He was talking about the only thing that doesn't seem to be breaking away like all other technologies is telescopes. You think there's a reason for that? Do you think there's a reason that the P1000 is probably 50% of the camera that the P900 was? P900 was way better than the P1000. It was smaller, stronger, it focused better. P1000's nice, but it's big, it's heavy, and it doesn't focus as well. You think that's an accident? You think Nikon screwed up the second time around? Not at all. Not at all. They just did what we're watching happening right here. Federal Reserve, yeah, you can't know about that. Anything to do with science, if you deny global warming, yeah, you're no good. I don't deny global warming. There is climate change, without a doubt. But the climate change is directly related to the megatons of shit we can watch with our own eyes every day being sprayed into the sky. At any rate, Richie from Boston, I had to say that or I was going to completely freak out. And I think I kind of freaked out anyways, but what are you going to do? Speaking of that, you have 10 more days to grab a hoodie with "Look Up, They Are Poisoning Us" on the back, or a tank top, or a coffee cup, or a sticker, or whatever. People bothered me, and I was very reluctant to do this for quite a while. Well, they're here. They're up. Links will be in the description. Richie from Boston, links to everything will be in the description. I'm out.